Am I the asshole for not moving out of my apartment so my brother can have it? I have 23 have an older brother. I moved out of my parents' house earlier than him and found a small place for myself that is really close to my job. The place is not the biggest, it's a one-bedroom apartment, but it is enough for one person and rent is very cheap, so I'm extremely happy with it. I put a lot of work into it and made sure it's my little happy space. Recently my brother started staying over now and then. I don't have a problem with that. He works the night shift and my place is also closer to his job than my parents' house. The problem began when he started bringing more and more of his stuff to my place. He brought his PS4, started gaming in my living room and is overall just being a terribly inconsiderate guest and treats me like our mom. I brought this up with my parents and my dad suggested that I should let my brother live there and get myself a new apartment. He said I should look for a bigger place because my brother makes less money and he could afford my place and I could find something better. But I don't want a bigger apartment. I have no plans to have a family or partner where I would need anything more than one bedroom. And I put so much work into personalizing my apartment that this feels so unfair. My parents said I'd be an asshole for both, kicking my brother out now for staying over and not giving him the place. Is that true? Edit with some additional info. My brother does not pay rent to me. He used to stay here for only a couple of days, but it's been turning into weeks. I can't decide if your brother has always been your parents' favorite or if they are just so desperate to get a 32-year-old man out of their house that they are willing to screw you over in the process. Either way, not the asshole and get that parasite out of your happy place ASAP. Not the asshole, OP. It's absolutely insane that they have the audacity to ask you to move out of your home so your brother can move in. Completely ridiculous. He needs to find his own place, and soon. Please, please, please see that you are 100 deserving of your OWN space, that you found, that suits you, that you created. They are more than welcome to help him find a different cheap place to live. Change the locks. Move him back home. Yikes. Kick him out with his stuff and change your locks. Move him before he can claim tenant rights or squatter rights or whatever. Hurry. Not the asshole, your brother is a grade A mooch. Not the asshole. It's your apartment. You're paying the rent. It's your name on the rental agreement. Stay where you are. Boot him out, he can find himself another apartment. It's a one-bedroom apartment. It's for any single person or an intimate couple. Check your rental agreement, see if there is a way your landlord can help you move him out. Not the asshole in every possible way. He brought his PS4, started gaming in my living room and is overall just being a terribly inconsiderate guest and treats me like our mom. If he wants to be a teenage boy he can stay with mummy and daddy. Not the asshole. Your parents are though. They're obviously sick of having him under their roof and want him gone. But dumping him on you in a one-bedroom apartment is not the way. You tell them if they want him gone so bad they'll fork out to secure him an apartment of his own. And it's not your problem if they don't have the means to do that. Not the asshole. Does he even pay anything for rent, utilities, or food? Not the asshole. It's absolutely ridiculous that you should give your place over to him. Time to strengthen your boundaries, perhaps some low-contact time with your family until they stop trying to treat you like a doormat, nearly literally. Not the asshole, next time he leaves, don't allow him back. You haven't given him the keys, have you? Keep your brother out and go LC with your family. They are enabling him as a squatter in your apartment. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Your bro is an AH for taking over and your parents are ass for expecting you to move. Put your foot down and say no, and stop letting your bro stay over. Not the asshole. Whatever you do, never let him receive mail at your place. Report him to your landlord, if you have to. He could try to squat your place and it would literally take an eviction to get him out. Don't compromise your standing. As a tenant, force him out now. Don't take any money from him and don't let him bring anything else in. If your father is telling his own daughter to give up her apartment, he could be telling his son to just take it. Protect yourself and your home at all costs. This is abusive. That's insane. Kick out your brother. He can get his own apartment. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. It's clear who the favorite is here and it's not you. Not the asshole. Your brother and parents on the other hand, huge R's. Not the asshole. Your brother is a grown-ass man, he can find his own apartment. Your brother and parents are real holes, trying to guilt you moving out of your home because it is convenient for your brother. You are being taken advantage of. Just kick him out and don't lose any sleep over it. Not the asshole. Your parents probably want your brother out of their home and know he's either unable or too lazy to find a new place on his own. Not the asshole. Your brother and dad are both ridiculous and seem sexist as hell. Also, that's not how leases work. You can't just decide to transfer your tenancy to someone. Stop letting your brother stay over at your house. He's an entitled ass who is walking all over you. Not the asshole. Box his items up and tell him you can no longer let his live there. Have your landlord back you up. It is your name on the lease, not his. You cannot just leave and let him stay there in your place. Not the asshole. You're doing absolutely nothing wrong here. It's time for your brother to grow up, especially considering his age. And your parents. Whatever responsibility they have for your brother, they try to force it on you instead. Not the asshole. Kick him out. You have done all the legwork and he's trying to steal it from you because he's too lazy to find his own place. Tell them that part of being an adult is doing your own admin. If he refuses to leave, bin his stuff. That's just ridiculous of them. Not the asshole. Your parents and brother are the assholes and you need to learn to set boundaries. Pack up your brother's stuff and make him take it with him the next time he leaves. Explain he isn't welcome to stay over again until he agrees to treat you with kindness and respect. He can get off his ass and get his own apartment. Not the asshole. Your name is on the lease, not his. He can find his own apartment. Not the asshole. Of course your parents are all for your brother moving in. They get their home to themselves after 32 years. If they want him out, tell them they can help finance a house for him but not yours. Do not let him move in. Take his stuff back to your parents and change your locks. Not the asshole, but you're being an to yourself. Pack all his stuff and kick him out yesterday. Also, change the locks. Not the asshole. X200B. He is at the brink of not being a guest, he is about to move in. This is the time where you take the key back, and tell your brother he cannot bring his stuff. You need to set boundaries now. Make it once a week, and no PS for that needs to stay at his place. X200B. X200B. Your parents are massive R's, and your brother is the golden child. X200B. Pack up his PS5, and tell him if he wants to play, he has to do that in his home. Info: why did you bring it up to your parents instead of telling him directly that he can't stay that often and taking back the key? Edit to ask: why does everyone know what your rent is? Not the asshole. Your brother is super inconsiderate. It's your apartment. Not the asshole. It's your apartment. Your brother can get out and find his own. Not the asshole. Based on this, your brother hasn't even asked you for the place, but you do need to deal with it. I wouldn't be happy if someone brought over their personal items, especially those which you always leave in your house, as it's clear they're expecting